Hey you guys, thank you so much for hopping on this YouTube live with me. I really appreciate it, you guys. Feeling a little bit underneath the weather today, so bear with me if I'm not all that, live, but I'll try my best to be. Today's topic that I want to talk about, you guys, is see me for my heart and not for my past, right? Amazing guy. I listen to his podcast. I listen to his YouTube videos. I listen to like his Instagram lives, his Facebook lives. His name is Trent Shelton. He is an amazing motivational speaker. And I feel like he's just real. He just keeps it 100. And I was listening to a YouTube video that popped up because I get the alerts when he posts videos. And I was listening to a video that he made, which he was talking about, see me for my heart and not for my past, right? And it's so crazy. I seen this video because I had a situation where somebody was like literally like just kept talking about my past and couldn't see my growth. They could not, they were not willing to see, how much I've grown, how much I've evolved, how much I've changed, right? And I don't know if there's anybody out there that can relate to this, where it's like maybe you have a family member, right? Maybe you have a friend, maybe you have your spouse, right? That can't see how much you've grown or how much you've tried so hard to work on yourself to become a better person, right? And it could be, let's say you struggled with anger issues, right? You struggled with anxiety, you struggled with depression, you struggled with overeating, you struggled with alcohol addiction or drug addiction, and you made so many mistakes, and those people seen your mistakes through, your journey, and and now you have grown so much into a better person mentally, emotionally. You probably no longer maybe have that addiction anymore. And now the people that you have in your life, they're not willing to see your growth. They're not willing to see that, okay, great, you made mistakes, but you're no longer that person anymore, that you have evolved, you have grown, right? And, in Trent's video, he was just talking about, how a lot of times people don't want to acknowledge your growth because at the end of the day, they're not happy where they are, and they haven't grown. They're not doing anything to grow. So they're stuck in this old life where you used to be, but you leveled up. You're no longer there anymore. You're no longer in that mental headspace. You're no longer in that emotional headspace. And that sometimes, Trent was saying, and it's so freaking true, because the scenario, the situation that I had with this person, they were so used to using me. They were so used to, having easy access to me. They were so used to manipulating me. They were so used to, walking all over me, right? And getting whatever they wanted from me. And as I evolved and I've grown into a different person, this person no longer had access to that old person anymore, because I'm not that person anymore, right? I've leveled up mentally, emotionally. I've set healthier boundaries. I know my worth more, right? I appreciate my time more. I appreciate my energy more. I love myself more. So like that person is so used to the crippled me, the old me that was lost, the old me that didn't know my value, that didn't know my worth. And it's so crazy, because that person that I thought would love me, right, and would be so happy to see that I'm a better version of myself, that I'm taking care of myself, and that I appreciate my body more, and I leveled up, you think they would be happy for me. But it's so crazy, because they didn't have easy access to me anymore, and they weren't able to take advantage. And it wasn't, it wasn't the new me wasn't good for what they wanted. It was like nothing. Like they were not even trying to acknowledge that I've grown. They were not even trying to see that. They weren't even trying to be happy for me, that I leveled up in my life, and that I'm a better person. And it's so crazy, because when I started to analyze, why can't that person appreciate that I'm a better person now, that like I'm, happier, that I leveled up inside of my life, and appreciate that side of me that's grown. And then I came to realize, as I started to analyze things, that that person has not grown. That person's stagnant. That person hasn't grown mentally, emotionally. They're not leveling up inside of their life. They're comfortable at the same level that they are, and it just made me realize at the end of the day, people are not going to be happy for you, right? Or people are not going to sometimes support your growth, and always try to pin you down and bring up the old version of you, because of the fact that they're not growing. So how can somebody who's not growing in their life appreciate somebody else that's growing? They're not, right? And especially if that person was taking advantage of the old you. So if they were benefiting from the old you, obviously they're not going to be happy that you've grown, right? They're going to always try to bring you back down to that old you, that old level of you, right? And maybe like sometimes people can try to sabotage your growth, to bring down, your emotions, to bring down your thoughts, to make you feel like you haven't changed. You're not going nowhere. You're always going to be that old person. You're never going to grow. You're never going to change. I've had somebody belittle me to that point, saying, you're never going to grow. You're always going to be the same person. You're this, you're that, you're this, you're that. When at the end of the day, when you realize, you guys, a lot of times, if you don't get people supporting the new you, the growth that you have evolved in, and always wants to talk about the mistakes that you made in the past, they're only projecting out what's going on inside of them. So remember that. If you're in a place right now where you are just growing, you are changing maybe you had some old habits and addictions that you are breaking free from, and you are so happy in where you are right now and the growth that you are at right now, but you have people around you that are not supporting that, then you just need to come to realize at the end of the day, they're just not benefiting from, the old you anymore. And sometimes that could be like why they're upset. And then you can try to analyze, like how I analyze. Are those people growing? Are those people, inspiring you on your journey and your growth, right? And why is that? Maybe it's because they're not happy where they are. Maybe because they're not growing. Maybe because they're not evolving, right? There could just be so many different reasons why, people don't want to see past, right? See past the past and fall in love with the person that you are today. But the most important thing is, if you're proud of yourself, right, for growing, and if you're seeing that you're looking yourself in the mirror and seeing a different version of yourself every day, you're growing mentally and emotionally, and you forgive yourself of the past, if people cannot fall in love with the heart and the person and who you are today, then sometimes those are the people that you just need to say bye to, right? You just need to realize, if they're not going to see past your past, right, then like, why have them around? Why have them around? Are they worthy to be in your life now? Are they worthy to be in your new chapter now? And hey, sometimes these could be family members, right? And there's nothing else that you could do but distance yourself, right? Distance yourself, and just know that at the end of the day, that you're always going to love your family members. But hey, if they can't see past your past and they can't see your growth, then just know that you have to be, you just have to really look inside of you to say, I'm going to be my biggest cheerleader. I'm going to constantly be my biggest cheerleader, which no matter what, you should always be your biggest cheerleader. You should always be, your biggest fan, right? Inside of your life, right? But just acknowledge that these people, just because they can't see past your past and see deep down inside of your heart that you forgive yourself of the past, that you are ready to make a change inside of your life, and you are already making a change. You already grown into a different version of yourself, and you're proud of that version. then there's honestly nothing else that you can do, right? Don't ever, 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 ever let somebody stop you of your growth, right? Or pull you back down or pull you backwards because of the fact that the way that they can't move forward in life, right? So really analyze, who are the people inside of your life right now that are pulling you backwards and not allowing you to move forward and grow into a better version of yourself. If you're getting through this some addiction that you had, or you're getting through a mental breakdown that you had, or there's just different areas in your life that that you want to just break free from and you want to grow from, but then there's a lot of people inside of your life that are bringing you backwards and bringing you down. Just love those people from afar. Just understand who you need to have inside of your life, who's going to see you for deep down and who you are and who you're trying to become. Because at the end of the day, our life is all about experiences, right? So what I learned is that whatever experiences that I went through, good, bad, whatever, is what made me into the strong woman that I am today. So those past experiences that people keep maybe pulling you down and saying you're never going to change, you're never going to this, and you're never going to do that, at the end of the day, they're wrong, right? If you know that you're getting up every freaking day to make a change inside of your life, right? One step at a time, one foot forward, right? And every day you're seeing that you're growing, you're evolving. They don't know what's in your future. And when they see how good your life is right now and where you're heading, if you continue with that growth, what you think they're going to be still talking about all that growth and all the amazing things that your future lies for you? No, they're going to constantly always be living in the past and talking about the past, because that's how it is for them. That's how it is for them. And those are the people that you just need to love from afar and understand, hey, if you want to live in the past, that's okay. That's you, boo-boo. That's you. You can live in the past, but I am looking to move forward, onward and forward. And that's what I'm going to keep doing with my life, because I love me. I love me. And I know that my life is all about growth, and I'm gonna appreciate every area of my life, because life is all about lessons. And if I am not choosing to learn these lessons and take from these experiences that I experienced in life, whether they be good or bad, to grow and evolve, then I'm just gonna become like those same freaking people that keep talking about the past and keep living in the past. So I need to keep pushing forward no matter what those freaking people have to say about the past. And just realizing that end of the day, the people who really love me and who really care about me are not going to keep bringing me down to constantly be talking about the past. They're going to, keep trying to uplift me, inspire me, and lift me up to talk about, oh, you could do this, you got this, and you have a great future lying ahead of you. Don't think about what happened yesterday. Don't think about what happened last week, whatever the case may be. You got this, and move forward. Those are the people that are, gonna be there in the future to really, inspire you when you're growing. But at the end of the day, those people that are going to constantly be talking about the past and bring you back in the past, those are the people that are just going to keep living in the past for themselves, right? Because they're constantly talking about your past and keep bringing you backwards. That's where they are. And that's fine, right? Everybody has their own journey. Everybody has their own life to live. But at the end of the day, you just need to look yourself in the face and say, at the end, if people that care about me, people that love me, if they're not going to talk about my future, if they're not going to talk about my growth and where I am right now and how amazing I am now than how I was a year ago, how I was 2 weeks ago, how I was 3 weeks ago, then at the end of the day, they don't deserve to be on my journey. They just don't. Right. And that's what I'm talking about, like friends or, a significant other. Right? You got to put your foot down and you got to say, okay, well, those people that keep staying in the past, you are the people you decide to hang around with. So if you're surrounding yourself around people that are constantly bringing you backwards, oh, do you remember that time? Do you remember high school? Do you remember this? Do you remember that? Constantly living in the freaking past, then what good is that? My aunt always said, your mind is like this expensive car, right? And when you're driving a car, you're driving to your destination, But at the end of the day, you look through your rear view mirror, you take a glimpse. You don't constantly stare in that rear view mirror. You take a glimpse and then you keep looking forward, onward and forward. And that's exact same thing with our life. No matter no matter what mistakes you made inside our life, right? It could be the worst thing ever. You could have been a prostitute. You could have been a drug addict. You could have been an alcoholic. You could have been this. You could have been that. It doesn't fucking matter. At the end of the day, where are you today? Right? Have you grown from that? Right? Are you getting help? Even if you haven't fully overcame those addictions or messed up shit from the past, but you are seeking help. You are in the process of getting help. Be freaking proud of yourself. Be proud of yourself, because there's people out there that will put you down even though you're trying to get help because you're not 100% there. Fuck that. Don't make anybody make you feel ways because of the fact that you're not 100%. No, be proud of yourself that you're in that process, that you're putting one step forward, because that's what it takes to get to the end result, is one step, just one freaking step. And once you can take that one step, then you know you're on the right path to a better version of yourself. So no matter what it is in life, don't let nobody bring you down and talk about the past and say, okay, well, you're saying you want to do this, but you did this yesterday. You're saying you want to do this, but you did this last week. Fuck that. Last week was last week. Yesterday was yesterday. Today is today. So if you're making a decision to do good for yourself today, as you woke up, feel good about yourself. Pat yourself on the back and say, yeah, I feel good about myself that I'm putting one step forward. Yeah, I fucked up last week, but last week was last week. I can't change the past. I can't live in the past. I can take a glimpse in it, like that expensive car. You could take a glimpse and say, okay, great, I learned from this mistake. I learned this, I learned that. But hey, here I am today. Here I stand today, ready to make a move, ready to believe in myself, ready to put one step forward, right? Because life is a huge journey. And no matter what you went through, no matter what you did in your past, you can't change it, right? You can't change it, but you can live for today. And at the end of the day, you're always going to get people that are always going to try to bring up your past. Always, right? But you have to just love those people from afar and understand you guys that, hey, that's their problem. If they want to live in the past, let them live in the past. Let them live in that old version of you, and you keep living for you. Because at the end of the day, you're not living for them. You're living for you. For you. So the most important thing is you looking inside of the mirror and saying, I'm proud of myself. I'm putting one step forward. It doesn't, and it's my journey. And at the end of the day, no matter how many times I fucked up, or no matter how many times I fuck up, it's my journey. It's not their journey. It's your journey, right? So if people can't see you for this, see you for your heart and how much amazing things you have within inside of you, but you have challenges along the way, or you made some mistakes and they can't see that, but all they can see is the past, then let them freaking live in the past. Let them go. Let them live in the past. And sometimes, I know it's hard, but you got to put you first. And you sometimes got to let go of those people that want to continuously live in the past. Because like I said, you are the 10 people you decide to hang around with. So if you decide to constantly keep being in that relationship that keeps bringing up, oh, you cheated on me then, you did this to me then, you talked to this person then, or you're this, you're that, you're that. What the fuck? So then how are you ever supposed to grow? How are you ever to be better if that person keeps bringing you down, right? And at the end of the day, you got to ask yourself, is that what I'm worth? Am I worth somebody constantly always bringing me down, making me feel like shit because of one mistake that I made? Ask yourself that. Same thing with a friendship, right? Oh, okay, yeah, you didn't do something for somebody, or they had high expectations, or they said they were going to do this. Are you constantly be living in the past and saying, well, this person fucked me over, this person talked my name, this person did this person did that? Or are you just going to say, you know what? That person is just not good for me. They keep bringing up the past. I don't want to be constantly living in the past every day. I'm moving forward. If they can't move forward, then you know what? Maybe we're just not meant to be in each other's lives, and give that friendship up. And I guarantee you guys, there's going to be a better friendship around the corner. Same thing with your relationship. You're going to get a better person to come into your life that's going to accept you for who you freaking are. Because you start accepting yourself. You start forgiving yourself. You start loving yourself. That no matter what mistakes you made in the past was the past. You start falling in love for what's in here and not what happened out there. Right? So that's one thing you guys can do to really start saying that shit. If people out there are not going to let go of what happened in my past, then shit, they don't deserve to be around the new and approved me. They don't, right? And sometimes that's just how it goes. When you're growing, when you're evolving, when you're becoming a better version of yourself, right? You got to sometimes let go of the people from the past, just like how you're letting go and releasing and forgiving all the mistakes you made in the past. Because mistakes and tribes and tribulations are meant to happen inside of your life so you can learn from them, so you can grow from them. Everybody has their own tribes and tribulations and mistakes they make in life to grow from them. The only problem is if you don't grow from them. If you keep doing the same shit over and over and over again and keep staying stagnant, then okay, great. You're gonna have people out there that love you or care about you that might be like, oh, lecture you and keep saying, oh, why are you doing this and why are you doing that? Right? But then you got to take that and be like, shit, they're right. I keep doing the same shit over and over again. But at the same time, are those people lecturing you and not helping you, not guiding you, not doing any better inside of their life, and they just want to talk? That's the next thing that you need to recognize with people like that, right? So at the end of the day, though, if you're listening to this and, you went through some challenging times, maybe a year ago, maybe a month ago, maybe 2 weeks ago, or you did something and you fucked up or whatever the case, as long as you own up to your fuck ups and you put your foot down and you're ready to make a difference inside of your life, that's all that matters, right? I'm a strong believer of God, and the only person that can judge you is the man up above. That's it. There's nobody on this earth that has any right to judge you. You don't even have the right to judge yourself, right? So understand that if he could forgive you and you ask for forgiveness from him and you ask for forgiveness for yourself, you say to yourself, I said to myself, Tracy, I forgive you. I forgive you for putting yourself through hurt, pain, lies, right? I forgive myself because I did that to myself. There ain't nobody else in this world that can control you except for you controlling yourself in this physical world, right? So forgive yourself. And as long as you forgive yourself and the man up above forgives you, there's nothing else, that there's no one else that can tell you any different, right? Hey, maybe the people that you made mistakes to, yes, ask for forgiveness for them as well. But at the end of the day, if they're not willing to accept that forgiveness and move on from the past, then they ain't meant to be inside of your life. Because you don't need nobody inside of your life putting you down, making you feel like shit, that you want to move forward and you want forgiveness and they don't want to give you the forgiveness. If they don't want to forgive you, then it is what it is. Sometimes, honestly, we don't even need their forgiveness. Like, you can ask for forgiveness from the man up above by visualizing that person spiritually and saying, hey, I ask for your forgiveness and I forgive you, or et cetera, et cetera. Sometimes you don't even need to meet up with that person, right? And get their forgiveness. Because sometimes people, they want to be vindictive and they don't even want to forgive you. But that's nothing that you can do. There's nothing you can do. You just got to focus on you. Focus on you and keep loving you and keep seeing that you have the change within inside of you to keep pushing forward, to keep becoming a better version of yourself, no matter the mistakes that happened inside of the past. Because mistakes in the past don't define who you are today. They don't. Right? It's who you are. It's standing in front of the mirror today that defines the person you are today. So don't let the past define you. Don't let what other people are saying about, your past define who you are today if you know you're not that same freaking person. So with that being said, you guys, I hope you enjoyed this video, right? I hope that you got value out of it. I hope that you're holding your chest up high. You're lifting your head up and you're feeling so good about yourself right now. If you know that you're watching this video and you're putting one step forward today, you're working on yourself to become a better version of yourself today, and you have that noise in the background of people keep talking about your past and bring up your past and make you feel like shit or making no. Today's the day you watch this video and you say enough. If they don't want to forgive my past, that's on them. I'm going to keep working on myself to become a better version of myself today. Say it loud with me, say it proud with me, and feel good in this very moment that you are putting one step forward, that you are going to become a better version of yourself today, and that there's nobody out there that is going to keep bringing you down of mistakes that you made in the past. Because again, your past does not define the person who you are today. You define who you will be today. So thanks so much for watching, you guys. I say in all my videos, each one, teach one, share the love, share the knowledge. If this video has inspired you in some sort of way, please click the like button. Please subscribe to my channel. Please share this video. Or if you don't want to share the video, share the knowledge that you've gained from this video. Share the motivation. You can inspire. You can inspire so many people out there, you guys. No matter the circumstances that you're in your life right now, you go through these stories and these situations in your life, guess what? To inspire somebody freaking else. Either it be your kids, either it be your family members, either it be a friend, either it be a coworker. It could be anything. Whatever you're going through in life right now, one day you are going to help somebody else to get out of that same situation. Exactly what I'm doing for you guys today. So thanks so much for watching, you guys. I'll see you guys again tomorrow at 11 a.m. Eastern time. Please go check out my other channels, you guys. So go check out my Instagram page. It's Toronto_Tracy_Gobin. A lot of great motivational content on there and talking about finances as well, because I am a financial advisor. And then also go check out my TikTok channel. It's Toronto_666. A lot of just funny motivational stuff on there as well. Thanks so much for watching, you guys. Stay motivated, stay inspired, and let's get it, you guys. And let's keep being a better version of ourselves today. Bye.